I am live. Hello, hello. So I have just been live on my Mindset and Master Manifesting group in Facebook, and I've jumped on here now, and I haven't got to read. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to first of all do a reading. I'm going to be talking about the energy of this month. I'm going to be talking about what you need to look out for, how you need to prepare for it, and how you can navigate the more difficult energies. We need to be able to do that, but also how we can really gather momentum now at this time, because we are moving into some beautiful energy. But because I've just come off a card reading on the other side, oh yeah, I'm just going to talk very briefly about the few things that will happen. Hi, Janine. So we're at the moment in that Lion's Gate energy. We're at the moment in that beautiful time where we can manifest very quickly, where we can download some really incredible insights, where we're in that portal. And it's a portal that forms every year between the sun and the earth and Sirius, the brightest star in our sky, and Orion are very much in this kind of portal energy. It opens up to something beautiful. So we have the ability to get huge downloads in this energy. We have the ability to manifest really brighter, really bigger. So that's open at the moment, and the exact date is the 8 of the 8, which is that symbol of abundance in numerology, plus 2024 is an 8 universal year. So that's a treble 8 code. And in numerology, 8 is abundance. It is kind of the infinity. It is telling you that we can manifest whatever it is that we want. The big thing is, so you decide what you want, clearly. You focus on one thing. It's so much better to focus on one thing when you're manifesting. You're not scattering your energy all around. Okay, then you visualize that and you feel the feelings like you've already got it. You stay in the vibration of that feeling. You might remind yourself to feel that feeling several times a day. So that is the visualizing side. Then you need to clear all doubt. You've got to clear the doubt, because the biggest thing that blocks us from manifesting is our lack of belief. We've got to believe it 100%. Now, it's interesting because I've just sent out a questionnaire to a group that I'm working with, and I can see that while belief is fairly strong in there, it's not 100%. So I'm going to be working with my, and I can see some of you here already, I'm going to be working with my Dream Catchers Collective to actually make that a 100% belief. Belief, belief, belief. Absolutely. So, what else was I saying? I'm moving off target. Oh yeah, then the fourth step is tuning in with your intuition. So that portal, that Lionsgate portal, gives us really good access to that intuition. Plus, we are moving into a time that we have never been in before. And even as humanity, I believe, we are really now upgrading at a quantum level. And we've been going through these incredible light system, all of those solar flares. And but it's more than that. There's an energy, a light energy that is coming down onto the earth that hasn't been there before, not in any historical time that our history covers. And it's a huge time for uplifting and creating something new. So we can bring that energy in. On the 4th, we've got the new moon, and it's the new moon in Leo. And Leo is abundant, it's joyous, Leo is strong, Leo the lion, Leo is sovereign. Leo is aware of their sovereignty, that they're here by divine love and intention. We've been brought into this earth by that loving source. And when you connect with that, when you believe that you're here for something, and you believe that you're here for something important, you are so powerful when you're believing like that. So then that's on the 4th. We've got the new moon. So the moon and the sun are both in Leo, and there's a sextile, I think, is it to Jupiter? No, it is. Oh, yeah, it is. It's a there's a sextile to Jupiter as well, and a sextile in astrology is beautiful because it's a lovely gentle angle. It adds to it. It's not like um, it's not forcing. It's not pushing something away. It's adding to it. And Jupiter is that expansive, joyous, abundant planet. So the 4th is going to be a beautiful day. So make sure you set your intentions on what it is that you want to bring in. Now, I haven't got, have I got, there may be a link to my linked tree where I have all of my freebies, because in there is a free meditation for setting an intention. But be aware to set your intention in somewhere. If you know your chart sign, if you know where your rising sign is, you will know what area of your chart. It's 12 degrees of Leo that the moon and the sun are going to be at. So that's the degree, that area of your chart is the best place to set your intentions to do with that. I'm going to be talking about that more on Tuesday, I think Monday or Tuesday, in my Dream Catchers group. So I know a good few of you are watching from that, but that is important. It's a really good way of setting new intentions. But for now, you can just set intentions on Sunday. Set intentions after 12:13 p.m. So after just noon in Irish UK time. It'll be obviously 5 hours earlier than that. If you are in the Eastern US, it'll be after that, wherever you are. If you are west of me in the US, it'll be after that time. If you're Eastern, it'll just calculate it from 12:13 p.m. UK time. I've got a reading that I've just pulled, and actually, as I'm talking about things, I'm kind of looking at the cards again, and I've doused on these, and I tuned in to pick them, and they're really quite amazing for this month. That's the first thing that's happening. The second thing then is that portal, the Lionsgate portal on the 8th of the 8th, and that, if you've already set your intentions from now, from the 4th at midday UK time, if you've set your intentions, then pay attention to them, give it attention, look at them, feel the feelings, get excited about it, expect, believe. It's your belief in the end result, and also your love for the end result, your ability to move away from fear and towards love, because they are opposite. Fear and love are opposite. Wherever you have fear, anxiety, and anger, because they're similar, they're all that negative emotion, the opposite to that is love. So when you love, daydreaming about what it is that you want to manifest, and when you feel that you have that love for it in your body now, you are actually lining up, and with that portal, it'll be very powerful. During the month, so the big event in this month is going to be on the 19th. So I'm going to talk about that afterwards, and I will be talking about it more, but we do need now to set things in place, to have them in place, protections, mindset, positive, staying away from fear and moving into your power, raising your frequency, having meditations. And even if everything crashes, because it's going to be unexpected changes in the middle of the month from the 18th to 19th. If everything disappears for a few days, that you don't go into fear, that you have your tools set out so that you can maybe have your meditations downloaded onto your phone, and even know them so that you can do them yourself if you need to. Because this is what I want for everybody this month, is that you are prepared for anything, because the whole energy in the second half for the month is expect the unexpected and step back. And also there's something, but I'll talk about that afterwards. I'm going to do the reading next. And the reading, so I've got 7 cards that I pulled out. Tarot, if I need any clarifying, I'm going to take it from the top of that, but the first card that came out, and actually I'm just looking at this now, and I'm actually seeing that symbol of abundance in that card. This is the Two of Pentacles, and Pentacles are about our physicality. It's about money, finances, well-being, health, our homes, where the things that we have that are physical. And this card in the past might have been a little bit of distracted. You're looking one way or the other, and you're not completely focused on what it is that you want. Okay. Your energy is, you know, in various places. So this is a sign that we now need to be focused. This is where we were. But also, I'm just looking at that symbol of abundance, which is really interesting. The symbol of, sorry, infinity. Um, no, know that there is this infinite energy that we can all be attached to. Now, the cards in this row are signifying now, and this is our heart. This is, so for any of you watching, tune into this card, and this is about you being already on the journey. It's the Two of Wands, and wands are fire sign, but it's actually looking at something. It's looking at the world from a safe place. And this is where we are right now. We are looking out at the past, and we're looking at the future. We're mostly looking at the future. He's looking at the future. He's already started a new journey. So know that you've already started something. And when you've got the world in your hand. You've got the ability to make anything, make that happen. Okay. I think that that's what that's telling us right now, is that's how we need to feel right now, to know that you've already started on something. This is also the other side of that. This is the Nine of Pentacles. It's and Pentacles, again, Pentacles was in the past. So the Nine of Pentacles, she is a very sovereign lady. She is so aware of her worth. She values herself and her time. She has worked hard and diligently, and she has accumulated a lot of riches. Now, I want you to see yourself as that, okay? See yourself as sovereign. You're here. You're designed perfectly just as you are to do something extraordinary. Get in touch with what that feels like. What is that for you? She loves being out in nature, and it's how important is it for us to be out in nature when we can, and actually seeing in nature just how abundant everything is. Um, Nine as well in numerology, nine is about achieving something. It's about accepting from, you've put the work in, and now you are getting your due rewards. Okay, so just be curious about that. Be curious that you, in this moment, have enough, are enough. You've got, and think about when you're looking at abundance, look at the abundance you have in everything. You know, I went through my drawers today, and I haven't counted it yet, but I've been collecting doTERRA oils for 3.5 years, and I give them as gifts to clients. I've never sold them on, but I have thousands of euros worth of these beautiful essential oils. I have every oil plus extra bottles, and I started looking at these and just saying, wow, I didn't, I did a money mindset abundance program recently, and I didn't have the chance to go in there and calculate that, but just looking at what you already have and giving gratitude for that. Okay, and know that now this is the heart of the whole reading. This is the heart, and it's in the middle of the now. If you feel in any way like you're the underdog, or if you feel that up until this point in your life that you've struggled in certain ways, and that you're watching other people, elites maybe, and I don't like to call them elites because I don't think they're elite, they just think they are, but the top whatever percentage of people who could actually solve world poverty, um, but actually instead get us to raise funds for it, but uh, it's like this is the Wheel of Fortune. and everything is about to flip. It may even already have flipped, but we're not aware of it. It's like the energy of dark has gone to the bottom and the energy of power and positivity and light is at the top. So it's either happened or it's about to happen. Okay. So get in tune with that. And if you knew, if you had that in your heart right now, and if you knew you had everything, if you had no need to worry about anything, what would you feel right now? Because that is the energy that you need to feel this month. In the near future, there's a Page of Swords. The Page of Swords has started a new way of thinking. So in the future, there's a whole new way of thinking about everything. I think this month is going to be pivotal, and that we're going to have to change our thoughts, because our thoughts create the emotions that create our, and it's our attention to those emotions that make things happen. A thought, even if, and I am not for 1 second saying that if you have negative thoughts that they're going to manifest. That's not quite correct. Your negative thoughts or your will give you a negative emotion, and that is your body's way of showing you where you're putting your attention. So what you've got to do is be curious about that thought and be curious about how you can change it to a higher thought. If you can change that energy, and you can, by just tuning in. There's a massive energy right now for change. There's a massive energy this whole month for preparing for the unexpected, but also for creating your own tools, for having all of the safety tools, having all of the meditations or little rituals or journaling, whatever it is, having everything that you need. It might be that you might want to fill your freezer. It might be that you might want to fill a store cupboard. It might be that you want to, you know, I don't know, clear clutter in your home. What do you need to bring in and what do you need to let go of? It might be that you need to clear your head of stuff and clutter and bring in what it is that you want. This is what's coming. And on either side of that card, these are like advice. And this one was on the left side of that reading. So it's the first card, and um, it is the Strength card. And she also represents that Leo, which I didn't actually see when I was choosing these cards before I came on. So she represents Leo. She's got the lion. She is strong. She is powerful. She's sovereign. And this is actually a major arcana, as is this, which is in the center of the whole reading. I'm going to place a photograph of this on the Facebook. I don't think I can do that on YouTube. And I might be able to do a bit of editing. I'm not sure I have time. But this is telling us that we have to be that sovereign part of ourselves. We have to accept our sovereignty. And sovereignty is your knowingness. You're here for something. Your sovereignty is your ability to be absolutely 100% authentic. And authenticity has recently been seen as there's been massive, what is it? I can't remember how many thousand people did an energy reading on authenticity, and it was far, far higher than love and joy and gratitude and enlightenment even. Authenticity. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to. I met somebody recently who thought she was authentic because she had told somebody what she thought of them. It would be authentic if you stood your ground, you brought love into your heart, you connected to your source, and you spoke your truth with love. And you said it calmly and beautifully and just honored that. That would be authentic. But authenticity is really when we are ourselves, when we don't have to put on a fake smile and, show up and be somebody that we think people need us to be. We just are ourselves, and that is more powerful than anything else. And this card, she can be tricky, but she is very well aspected. So she is the Queen of Cups. We have to be the queen of our emotions. We have to be aware at all times where our emotions going. If you're feeling a negative emotion, watch it, look at it. How can you change it? What thoughts were you thinking? How can you shift that energy? So follow me for more of that. And if you are interested, now if you're on my mailing list, I'm going to be creating something because I don't even know what it is yet, but I just have this huge urge to create something at a very low price that everybody can afford. And even if people feel I cannot afford that, I'll be giving it obviously to my dream catchers, because anybody who's in that gets whatever I make. But even if people can't afford to whatever price I put on it, I want you to email me and to let me know, and anything, and I will show you how you can how you can get that without paying. It might be an energy exchange. I feel energy exchange might be the thing that we need to do right now. But um, those are the tarot, and then I just pulled 4 of these. This is a goddess card, Maeve, all about cycles and rhythms. We are in cycles within cycles within cycles. So the new moon and the full moon are part of a cycle. All of these planetary alignments are part of cycles. Some of the planets could take, like Venus or Mercury, takes much less time than a year to go around. Is it Mercury goes? I don't know the exact timings. Um, Mars takes about 2 years to go around. Jupiter takes 12 years to go around. Pluto is 240 years. So the further out, they're moving at different levels. The star Algol, which is conjunct Uranus and opposing, or it's forming a square to the sun and moon in the mid chart, the full moon in the middle of the month. That's a cycle. And that cycle, I can't remember the amount of years, but I know somebody who looked at that. 2 different astrologers looked at that and said the last time that happened, big, shocking events. So we have to be prepared for that. And how can we prepare ourselves? We need to prepare our minds. We need to prepare our routines, and we need to hold ourselves strong, and we need to protect ourselves. So whatever I do, I'll be working with doing a beautiful protection prayer, having a bubble of something, and it might take the form of a little kind of a training, and I'll be doing it someday early next week. So if you're on my mailing list, watch out for that. And if you're not, there's a link in the bio below this where if you get any of my freebies, you will, be on that list. And in fact, there is a download in that link that you can get to the new moon meditation, which is valid for every single new moon. This is just telling you that the whole universe is run in a fair and just manner. And it may seem mad now to think that the universe is fair, but that's what this card is. I believe that that's what this card is. Everything is turning. We have to bring that into our hearts. So this is the heart of that whole last reading. If you're just coming on now, go back and listen to the whole reading. But basically, we have to feel the flip before the flip happens. We have to feel that we're back on top before we can see that manifest. She is bringing in all of that beautiful energy. She also is oh no, she's not in the tarot. She's like the justice card. She's got that weighing scales. She's balanced. The message behind this card too, that if you feel, if there's a court case, if there's something like that, and I know somebody I was talking to today, I might mention it to her, that everything is going to go in your favor. Everything is going to go in your favor, especially if you feel that you've been hard done by and that things aren't fair. And it looks like that now. This is what this changes. And whatever happens in the middle of this month and for the rest of this year, even if it's shocking, even if it's surprising, know that this is like birth. And many of you who've given birth will know it gets gory, it gets rocky, it gets chaotic. There are times when you want to say, okay, I've enough, I want to go home. And we unfortunately can't. We are moving forward. This is happening. And we can, though, instead of going into fear and into worry, we can go back into that empowerment. We can together make this a beautiful shift. And I know at the other side, it is going to be wonderful. Whatever happens, it's going to be wonderful. Maybe do a bit of yoga, maybe do a bit of spiritual healing, maybe do just meditation. That is what that card is meaning. And this is the transformation. This is Butterfly Maiden. You are, all of you, me, every one of us are going through the biggest transformation now that we have seen probably. I was listening to one astrologer who was calling it, now she what did she say? She called it, I think her quantum, is it quantum? That there's quantum shifts in the quantum field this month. It could be timeline shifts. It could be shifts that we see that are shocking, but also there is an aspect, and I'll be talking about that more coming up to this full moon. There is also an aspect that it could all be an illusion. So we have to get out of the fear and get into our heart and get into our power, because that's where we make an impact. I love you all. Thank you for joining me. Janine, JJ, Lorna Mooney, love to see you. Susanna, Marie Nugent, haven't seen you for a while. Happy bank holiday weekend to you too. And TJ and Pam and anybody else watching. So I could see there's more people. But I don't read these to bring fear. I read these so that you can be prepared. And we have to change fear into excitement. Fear and excitement are very similar. Excitement is just the same kind of butterfly feeling, but it's actually, we breathe deeper. So if you want to change fear into excitement for the future, just breathe deeply and tell yourself, I am so friggin' excited for the next stage. And this is, whatever is coming is that awakening. And I've been talking about this for so long, and I believe that this month is going to be pivotal. But I think last month was fairly energetic, but it's getting bigger. So I'll talk to you all soon. Have a lovely bank holiday weekend if you're in Ireland. I'm going to be working actually, because my family are going off doing something tomorrow, and I have the whole day to myself, and it might be a nice day. So I might be working in the garden, but I am going to be preparing something, because I do feel this portal, this new moon, the whole energy of this month can be so abundant and transformative for all of us. Love you all. Bye for now.